Knowing your skill breakdown point is important to managing extreme emotions. Your skill breakdown point signals the need to use crisis survival skills that we will learn in the distress tolerance skills module that follows this one. After you've used crisis survival skills, you can return to emotional regulation skills. You're at your skills breakdown point when your emotional distress is very high, so extreme that you go into overload. You find yourself completely caught in emotion. You can't focus on anything but the emotion itself. You feel emotionally overwhelmed. Your mind shuts down. Your brain stops processing information, and you can't solve problems or use complicated skills. Knowing at what point emotional distress interferes with your own coping and problem solving can be very important. In these times of crisis, special skills may be needed. When you're not in a crisis situation, think back on previous emotional episodes and figure out how emotionally distressed you were when you hit the wall and simply could not use your emotional regulation skills. This is your skills breakdown point. At what level of distress were you when you couldn't focus on your mind and anything but the emotion? Couldn't solve problems or couldn't use any other complicated skill? Now, check the facts. Do you really fall apart at this level of arousal? Check to be sure the problem is not that although you could use skills, you just don't want to because they seem too difficult. If you really do want to use skills, but you just can't figure out how to do it at this level, then that is your personal skills breakdown point. Reaching your personal skills breakdown point does not mean that you have broken down, but that you need to use some other skills to process the stress so that you can then come back to a sound mind.